Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen
Okay.
and introduce you to the application. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Wonderful.
I can see.
So I am, like I said, I'm recording this. When it's finished, when the session is over, then you will have a video that I can send you, and you can, whenever you forgot something that I taught you, you can go back to the video and check it out.
Yeah, thank you
Okay?
very much.
All right, perfect. All right, so we are in the My Drafts area of Project Pulse. My Drafts area is the area where teachers are authoring their projects. This is where they are creating their projects here.
Okay.
This is a teacher-only area. Only teachers see this, the My Drafts. And each of these is a project tile, is a project here. And the plus button is the one that helps you create a project. There are three ways to create projects in Project Pulse. The one that we recommend most is the Project Pulse catalog. In the catalog, we have different types of projects. We have, each of these is a project tile, and when you hover over it, there is a clone button that allows you to clone it. Clone meaning copy it. So you create a copy of this project, and that copy goes into your drafts. But before doing that, you can go into the project by clicking on it like this, and go into the project and go to the workspace, and you can check it out and see, oh, is this something I want to use with my students? And then, if you decide that yes, this is something you want to use, then you should go back to the catalog, and you should now hover over that tile and press clone, and that's going to create for you a project. So that's the first way of actually creating a project for your class. But before we do that, before we continue in this, actually, I would like to talk about how you create your class. So my first question is, my first question about this is, are you guys a Google Classroom school?
No, just Moodle,
Okay.
Moodle system,
Okay.
no classroom.
All right, perfect.
Sadly,
okay.
But
So in order to create a class, so right now we are in My Drafts, and here underneath there is a section that's called My Classes.
Perfect.
And I want you to look on your side on the application so you'll find it. Instead of writing this down, you should probably look at the application, because I'm going to give you the recording and you'll be able to listen to it again and again. But it's important that you see where things are, okay? So here is My Classes. And you see that in your side, the My Classes section?
Yes,
there is probably a video that shows up there. You can close that video. You don't need it. Just click on the X on the video if there is a video there that blocks your view.
Video.
No?
In my view?
It's all empty like that. All you have is just a plus and nothing else there.
Yeah, in My Classes is empty.
Okay, that's fine. No, I'm talking about here in the middle. There's usually when people are signing up, there is a big video showing up.
Okay.
Just close it. You don't need that video.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here next to My Classes, there is a plus button. I'm going to click on the plus button. And since you guys are not a Google Classroom school, you go to Create Class here. And you select Create Class. In Create Class, you will give it a name. You will type the subject. and the grade level. You can choose the grade level here.
Okay.
And then you will just press submit. And when you do that, it will show up immediately underneath my classes here. It's going to show up, whatever
Okay.
you name the class is going to be immediately underneath it. Now, when you go into a class, let's say that I'm going to my science. Let's say that this is a class I just created, science. I am going to see a few menu items on the top. One of them is projects, assignments, and then members. I'm going to click now on members because I want to show you how the students are going to be listed when you add the students. Now, how are you going to add students? If you look at the email that I sent you, there is a student sign up link. Underneath teacher, there is a student sign up link. You have to send this sign up link to your students. Like you signed up, they also have to sign up, but they will sign up with the student sign up link. This is done only one time. The sign up is done only the first time they are going into Project Pulse, because after the first time, they will use the sign in link. If you look at your email, there is another link there that says sign in. So the second time, you and your students will use the sign in link, because sign in is just simple login. You just log in. You use that to log in. So sign up is important only the first time when you actually have to record it by the system, but then you don't use it anymore because you are already in the system. Now you are going to use the login. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, but signing in doesn't yet put them in the class that you just created. So to have them go into the class, to be part of the class, and in members, when you click on your class that you created, and under members, you see on the top there is a class code.
Perfect.
And you have to give your students that class code. And when they are signing in and they are in the system, they will come to my classes and they will press on the plus button, but they will choose join class. They are going to choose join class. And this opens up and they have to type the class code that you just gave them. And they will type that class code and they will press join. And once they do that, they will be listed here under members as part of the class. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you already decided that you have a project and you want to assign it to your students. How is that assigned to the class? So you said you're a music teacher, is that correct?
Yes, I'm a music teacher.
Okay. So what types of projects do you imagine you're going to do with the students in Project Pulse?
And mainly problems-based projects.
Yeah, I understand, but did you think out some projects? Did you think about them? What type? About the life of some musician, or what is the project going to be?
Perfect. In the last year, the last level, I don't know what is the number in your country. My country is the 4th grade, the last grade, and the oldest students. We will learning about the music industry and the shipping and marketing in the streaming platforms as Spotify. But the problem is the change of or the use of the stripping instead the cover in the old disc. This is the problem for learning, and because they are in music every day and all day, so that's the problem for for music.
Oh, okay.
For these students.
What grades are you teaching? Which grades are you teaching? What grade?
I'm teaching in maybe in Chile is first, second, third, and fourth grade.
Oh,
this
okay.
is the last fourth grade of high school.
Oh, so you're teaching in high school?
Yeah, high school.
High school. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I don't exactly have a music project here in our Project Pulse catalog, but you can learn from these projects and you can create your own.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take something that, what am I going to take? Something similar to maybe, I don't know. You said that it has to do about business, that you
like music business, music industry.
Okay.
That's
So we have a project that's called How to Start Your Business. Okay, and that can be any business. Okay.
Perfect.
So let's say that I want to assign this How to Start Your Business to one of my classes. Okay. And let me just check here. Just 1 second. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go to the Project Pulse catalog, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to clone it. I'm going to click here on clone. And what happens is, like I told you, this creates a copy of the project. So when I'm going, here's the project, it already opens it up for me. But just to show you what happened, I'm going to take you back to my drafts. And when I cloned it, it put it next to my plus button here. So this project is now available for me. It's not in the catalog, it created a copy for me from the catalog, and now this is all mine. And I can now change it and do anything with it.
Okay.
So let's say that now I want to assign it to my class. And in a minute, I'm going to show you what's inside the project. But the purpose of me right now is to show you how the process works, how after you have a class, you assign the project to the class. Okay.
Okay.
And here, this is called the project dashboard. And there are a few blue buttons here. One of them is assigned to class. And I'm going to click it, assign to class. And it gives me here all my classes. It lists all the classes here.
Okay.
Now I'm going to just choose randomly because I don't have any music or anything like that class. I'm going to just assign it to my robotics class. And when I click robotics here, I have the two options on the bottom. One of them is create teams. And create teams means that I, the teacher, will assign the teams ahead of time before they start working. The other option is that I delegate, that I tell the students to do it, okay?
Okay.
So let's start the first one, the one that you will do it ahead of time, okay? And now I'm gonna press create teams. And when I press that, I'm getting all my students in the class here listed, okay? Now I am starting to team them up with each other. So I'm going for this guy and this guy together, and I'm going to say add to team. And that creates a team here for me. And I'm going to go this and this together and add to team.
For different
and this
teams.
And this together and add to team. And finally, I have one student that's going to work on their own. So here are created 4 teams. Okay? Or as many as you have. If you have 40 students, of course, you're going to have much more teams here.
Okay.
Now, when you're done, you press finish and assign. This is the last button. Finish and assign. And Look what happens when you do that. So in my robotics class, I have now 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with the student names on it. So there are student names on it. So students, when they come into their class now, go to projects on the top, they will find their projects there and they'll be able to open it and start working. Okay?
Perfect.
This is also the place where you're going to come to check their work. You are part of each of these projects. You are there. So if I open this, you see that here I am the teacher here. I show up on every single project. Okay, I am there. I'm part of it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So that's how you assign. Now let's go back to the case that they will decide who they are going to team up with, that you delegated to them. So in the case that you delegate, so let's take the other, I have another business project in the catalog. And this is business to do a business plan. And I'm going to clone that now. And now I'm going to assign it to the class. But this time I'm going to again put it into the robotics. But this time I'm going to go to skip teams and assign. So what happened, it looks as if nothing happened, but actually that project was assigned to here, to your robotics class, but to assignments here. Here it is, my business plan project. But this is where your role as a teacher ends, and this is where your students are coming in. After you assign it, and it's here in assignments, you tell them that the project is in assignments, they will log in, they will come to the class, they will go to assignments, and here there are two options. Option one, let's say that every single student is doing this project and this is not a team project. If this is not a team project, every single one of them has to press the start button. Okay. If this is a team project, then just one person, the team leader, is going to select the start button. So I'm going to press start. And then let's say that now what I'm going to do here, actually, I'm going to show you what happens when a student does this. So let me check who are the students here. And yes, okay, I'm going to log out and show you what happens, what the student is doing now. And I'm going to log in as a student.
Perfect.
Okay. And now I'm going to go to my robotics class and to assignments. And my teacher told me that there is a project waiting for me there. And yes, there is a business plan project there. And now I'm going to press start. And it tells me that if you are part of a group, only the group leader should start the assignment. And I'm going to press confirm. And now it gives me the list of the other team, the others classroom members, and I can choose who else is working with me in the team. And so let's say that I decided, okay, Daniel is going to work with me, and then I'm going to confirm. And now what it does, it takes me into the project. But to show you what happened is in projects, there is a project that I just did as a student, and I added, it's me, Elizabeth, and now I added Danielle with me, and here is our project in projects. And every single team leader has to do this. Every team leader has to do this. Okay, so this is the delegate option. This is the option that you delegate. Okay?
Okay. But in this option, I am in the project too? in this delegate option?
You are everywhere. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are. It doesn't. You are always part of every project that students are creating. Always.
Perfect. Perfect.
As you see inside the classroom, there is a plus button that allows students to create their own projects. And the reason there is this one here is because, I don't know if you heard about Google, how they are giving their employees 20% of the time to do whatever they are interested in. And then they are working 20% of the time on their own projects. So we were thinking, there might be students who are interested to just do project on their own, and we should allow them to do that by adding a plus button here inside the classroom. But even if they use this to create their own project, you are part of it. You will see that.
Okay.
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 All right.
Perfect.
All right. So that's how this happens. Now let me take you. I'm going to log out from the student view, and I'm going to go back and now I want to show you how to create projects in Project Pulse. So I already showed you that the way that we recommend, the best way that we recommend is to go to the Project Pulse catalog. And in the catalog, we have different types of projects. We have starter projects. Starter projects are projects that are easy to finish. They are 1 to 2 days long and very simple. And I don't know, I mean, I'm not so sure that this is even, there might be, some of them might be good for high school. And they are only 1 tab long. And I'm gonna show you later what that means, 1 tab. And then we have templates. And templates are basically like a more wide subject. Like, for example, if you are working on a historical event, then you can use our historical event template. And it doesn't matter what type of historical event you're working on, this template will still be good for any one of them. Or if you are working on a biography of somebody, you can use this for anybody's biography. It doesn't have to be some person or something. So these are templates. Templates are more wide in terms of what can be done in it. Lesson plans. Lesson plans are more subject specific. They have things like how to plan a budget for a school event, or you are what you eat, or reimagine life after the corona, or how to start your business, or the pursuit of passion towards a career goal, the math of the coronavirus. All these things are very subject specific, and they are very good. Those are lesson plans. Then we have completed projects. Completed projects are projects that have been done already by students. So if you as a teacher want to see what to expect from students when they finish a project, then you can come to one of these projects and check them out and see how a completed project looks like.
Perfect.
And then finally, we have the single tab templates. And a single tab means 1 tab. And the reason we have these single tab templates is because we created another way of starting a project in Project Pulse. We learned that a lot of teachers, they want to create something that is, that focuses on what they are interested to teach. And many times they don't find it in our catalog. It's not there. So they want to use our scaffolding at the same time, but they want to tailor it to what they are interested in. And so we created a project wizard. And so 1 tab template. So for example, let's say that you're doing a research project in music, okay? And so you can use a 1 tab that says research notes, like reading something and then writing notes about it. And then you can use another one that is research analysis. And then the third one could be the conclusion. So you can combine these 3 one tabs and create your own custom project. And I'm going to show you in a minute how that is done. And so let's say that I want now to use the other. So I already showed you how to clone a project from the catalog. Now I'm going to show you how to use the wizard to create your own custom, whatever you want to do. And so I'm going to click on the plus button here. And this is going to open for me the wizard. And I'm going to type in here my test project and just a name, you know, and here my test description. And whatever, you will put the description here, whatever the project is about. And then I will also want to add an image. So I don't know, I'm gonna put in here music business because you are going to do project about music, right? So, and I'm gonna go to images here and I'm gonna choose an image that represents the music business. Let's say this one. And I'm gonna now right click on it and go to copy image address. Copy image address. And so this is Google search. And then I'm going back to my project here and I'm gonna insert the URL that I just copied here. And you can also go here and browse on your hard drive. So if you're not using the internet and you are using something from your hard drive, you can click on it and it will take you to that file. And then click go. And here's the image that I just used. And then I'm clicking OK. Now here you have a few options with the wizard. One of them is when you create a project from scratch that you design yourself and you don't want any of our scaffolding, then you're going to press the blank tab here. But if you want to use our wizard, our one tab templates, then it gives you here a few choices. It gives you some choices to start the project with. Let's say that your project starts with a brainstorm. You are brainstorming about something. So, and again, you don't have to choose these because we have more templates here. So you can choose exactly what you're interested in. So let's say you are doing really a research. Here is our research notes template. So I'm going to click on it because they just did research about music. And I'm going to now choose this one and I'm going to go save. Now I want to add another tab or another phase to the project. And so now I'm going to go again because nothing here, it offers me again a few more random templates, but none of them is good for me. So I'm going to press on more templates. And now I'm going to go to research analysis. I'm going to look for the research analysis that I had before. And let's see where that is. Research. So here's the conclusion. Oh, here's research analysis. And I'm going to add that to it. And I'm going to add another phase. And this time I'm going to use the research conclusion, which is here. And I'm going to press save. And now I'm finishing. I'm pressing finish. And now it's creating for me a project, a custom project of research. And here is with the scaffolding that we have created for each of these templates. Now, again, you don't have to use everything that's here. You can change the questions. You can remove some of the questions. You can do any changes that you want. But some of it is given to you. So for example, here are a lot of questions. What topic have you chosen for your research? What do you want to find out? So on and so forth. And then here are the notes. So here, students, so this is just scaffolding. It tells you, take notes on what you think is important in your reading. So students are going to, this is our text tool. And students are just going to click inside. And there, when they click, they get the editing tools. So this is click to edit. And they start writing their notes here. So writing, you know, my research notes are whatever, you know. So they replace this with their notes. And And so that's so, and the second tab that you created was the analysis. Remember, we also had analysis. So
Yeah.
here are the main points of the research, and here are supporting, here they are writing and telling you what supports what the main point says. And then they are also showing evidence, what evidence is there for those main points. And so I'm going to show you all of this. So as you see here, we have a mind mapping tool. It's really easy to use. So these are the operation palettes here on the left. The last tool is the mind mapping tool here in relationships. And then when you select relationships, suddenly every object gets these little purple dots that allow you to connect, to use one of those dots and to connect it to another object.
Another.
Oops.
It's better than a simple mind.
And then it allows you to also write what is the relationship between them.
Wow.
And so you show the relationship, and also, and it's really easy to delete if you did it and by mistake you just click on the X and it's not there anymore. As long as the relationship box is open, everything has these dots. So when you hover over something, you always have these dots there. So that's how I created this. That's how I created all this. So you have main points, you have supporting arguments, and you have evidence for the supporting arguments here. So this is the research analysis, okay? Perfect. Now you also see that we have questions. We have a question tool. And so here, the first tool on the top is the content library. I'm going to show you that later. The second tool is the text tool. So if I click on it, it creates for me an empty text tool, and then I can start typing just by clicking, and that's it. Okay? Perfect. But then I can also remove it because I don't need it right now. And to remove something, you archive. You choose the archive object. And archive means that nothing that is being removed is deleted permanently. It's only archived and can be restored. You can restore it. And the reason for it is that students usually, many times, are removing stuff and then it's gone. So we don't want a situation like that. We want always to be able to restore what's gone by accident. And so, so that's that. So these are all the things that you have here. Any text can be formatted. So you can click on the three dots and go to format item. And then you can select to color the background or anything here with another color if you know, whatever. Let's say that one, make it yellow, or just go back to that, whatever I had before. So you can format things. And then the last tab that you created for this project was the conclusion. And here students, now they can write up their conclusion, their recommendation about whatever they researched, and they can add some relevant images. And if you want them to do more, you can do more here. You can add more stuff to it. So this is way number 2 to create a project. Like I said before, the way number 2 is to use the wizard. Actually, I also showed you way number 3, because way number 3 is creating a project from scratch. And I already showed you that when you start using the wizard and you get to the empty tab, that's when you create you create your own project from scratch. Now, what happens if, and maybe I'll take you to the classroom itself. No, what happens if I am going now and I'm going into the project? I use the go to workspace here to go to the workspace on the bottom. And you see that creating a business has a lot of tabs. So Project Pulse breaks down the project into phases and or tabs, like tabs in a browser. Okay.
Okay.
And so, and this is also a way that engineers are solving problems, because engineers, when they solve a problem, a big problem, they don't solve the whole thing at once. They break it down to multiple problems, solve each of them separately, and then put them back together with some logical glue. That's the same story here. These are the different phases of a project, okay? And so the first phase is, what is a business? Students need to focus on what is a business. And so let's say that you decide that one of these, maybe, let's see, out of all these, let's say that you want to use only this tab to do a project. Only this one is relevant for whatever you do, okay? And this is not a one-tab template, and you need it in your project. You can do that. And the way to do that is you go and first you create an empty project. You go in here and you click on it. You type another test here. And then I'm just, you type the name of the project, of course. I'm just typing test here, but you have to type the name. And I'm going to type here, instead of a description, I'm going to put in here description. You, of course, type the full description. Sorry. And then add an image. I'm not going to add an image again because you know now how to add an image, right? And then I'm going to go and I'm going to choose the blank. I'm doing a project from scratch and I'm choosing the blank one and I'm going to press finish.
Okay.
Now I'm going back to that business project that I wanted to copy a tab from it to my new project. I'm going to the workspace. And now I am on my sales tab. And I'm going to right click and go copy tab. And I'm going to add it to my test project here. And now I'm going to go back to the project that I created. Here it is. Go into the workspace. And every project from scratch comes with one tab, but next to it is the one you just copied. So here it is. So if you need to use something from another project, let's say that you have too many, like you have in this business project, there's too many things. You just want to add a few or something like that. This is the way to do it. You copy them to a new project and you have something that you can use, okay? And you can even remove this one, the first one, you can delete it. And you only have that one tab that you planned for your students. And that's it.
Okay.
All right?
Perfect. Yes.
So far, is it okay? Or is it too confusing or too much?
No, it's so clear for me.
Okay. Wonderful.
And
wonderful. All right, so
it's wonderful.
So now I showed you all three ways of creating projects in Project Pulse. Okay.
Yeah.
Including a fourth way. The fourth way is to copy tabs from another project to a new project. So now you know how to do that too. Okay. All right. So now let me go inside the project. So I'm going to go into this business project. And I'm going to go and I want to show you what's happening inside. So this is the dashboard. This is the dashboard. In the dashboard, you have the name of the project here. Sorry, on the top, how to start your business. You have a description of, remember when we started it with the wizard, we actually were supposed to type in a whole description, but because we had no time, we just typed test or something like that. But you're supposed to type up a whole description of what this project is about. You can change, because once you clone it from the catalog and you have already there a description, you can change. You can click on the pencil here and change the description. Okay. And you get all the editing tools and everything. On the right side, when students start working, you start getting, or they and you start getting a pie chart here that shows what percentage of the work was done by each student. This is a big motivator for students because they don't like to be the smallest piece of the pie, that I did the least work. So they are really trying to work here. You can also add the project video here, but the project video has to be from YouTube. Right now, we only support YouTube videos. So if you have an MOV video, then you can upload it to YouTube, and then you can upload it to Project Pulse. That way, okay? You also have, I don't know if you have standards in Chile. Do you have standards?
Standards, yes. This
Yeah.
is recent standards.
Okay.
But we have standards.
Yeah. So standards, so to add standards, if you have specific standards that you're interested to list here, then you can send it to us and we can include it here, and then you will have access to it. Right now, we only have United States standards, like California standards, Common Core standards. So if I say I'm selecting Common Core, and then I'm selecting, let's say, English language, and then I'm selecting the grade level, which you said high school, and then it gives me a whole list of all the standards of the Common Core in English. And then I'm going to start check marking the ones that I want to include in this project. And then I just scroll down all the way to the bottom and I'm pressing save. And here they are listed now as standards for this project. So like I said, if there are very specific standards that you want us to upload, just send it to us, we'll upload it and you're gonna have them. Then supporting materials. Supporting materials is any website, any YouTube video, any PDF, any G Suite file, and any Office 365 file can be uploaded here as a resource for student. So let's say that I am now going to an article, a website here about music business or music business worldwide, okay? And I want to include this in as a resource for my student. I'm going to copy the URL of this website and go back to Project Pulse and click on the plus button here and insert the URL and press insert, and there it is in a minute. So here is this, you see that this is a link and it says the name of the site, and the students, in order to read it, they just have to press on it and it opens in a new tab. You can add here, like I said, PDFs, you can add YouTube videos, they will be all listed here and they can use it, okay?
Perfect.
All right, now tasks. Every project comes with tasks. So task is something that businesses are using, but it's important to train students on that because they will get out to the world and they will not know how to handle projects with task assignments. And so here, to create a task, you click on the plus button and you can create a task for them, or they can create the task for themselves. It's available for both, for you and for them. And it says here what needs to be done. So let's say that, research about music business. And then who will do it? And then you select in this case, because it wasn't, this project wasn't assigned yet. So I assigned it, but I'm using my copy. Maybe it's better if I go to the class where we assigned it to. We assigned it to robotics. and here is the project. Here's one of the projects. And if I open it, and if I go here to tasks, then when I do the project here, and I say, read about music business, then here I'm gonna, now I have the student names that are part of this team, and I can assign it to one student or to multiple students, and priority, how priority, medium, high, and then a due date, when should it be done, and here a description, go to the internet and read and do this and that. And here is my task assigned to 2 students. Now, when the task is done, here it is in to do. You will put probably all your tasks in to do. The students, when they start working, they will move it to in progress.
Mm.
And when they are done, they will move it to done.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. Now, statistics, I cannot show you here because it's not recording. I'm logged in as a teacher now, so it's not going to record my work. It's only recording student work. So I'm going to show you a finished project so you will see how the statistics looks like. So maybe let me take you there right now for a minute. And let me go to a project that has statistics and was finished. And so here is a project that was finished. And I told you that on the right side, there will be a pie chart with percentages for each student, how much each student did.
Mm.
So this is something available for the students. They will see it. You can turn it off. If you feel that your students should not know this, you can turn it off. The place to turn it off is in the classroom next to about. I'm going to show you in a minute. Now here is this statistics page. This is only available to you. They don't see that.
Okay.
They only see the pie chart that I showed you before. So here you have charts that are showing you if each student has a color, blue, red, orange, green, whatever. And you can see by day. So in this case, how many actions they did. And you can see by day how many actions they did here. And then you can go to sessions, how many sessions in and out, how many times they went in and out and worked. And then you can see collaborations. And collaboration means that they are working on the same object at the same time. Okay? And so for example, one starts working on an object and then the other student comes and says, oh, you know what? I think we need to add something to it. And another student adds something to it. That is called collaboration. We measure it as collaboration. We also measure collaboration when they comment on each other's work. That also is considered as collaboration. Okay? And then we also have a chat. We used to have a chat, I would say, but we discontinued it. That was also considered collaboration. But we are working on actually reinstating it because some teachers did not want the chat. They said that it's a distraction, that students are constantly chatting with each other, and that actually is a distraction. So we are going to reinstate the chat again, but you will be able to turn it off if you wish not to have it. Okay? And then hours spent in the system, how much time they spent in the system is also recorded. Also average session duration, how much time one session takes them. That's also information that you get. And then here is a table with the same information that you have here in the chart. You have it in a table format here. That shows up. And then here you have different pie charts showing different things. In this case, how many actions they did, how many tasks, how many collaborations, and so on. Okay?
Perfect.
And here, actually, it gives you what type of contribution they did. Did they do just text contribution, or maybe just media, or maybe relationships, or and so on. So it gives you all the different types of contributions that they did. So let me go back to the project that we had before, the one in the class here. I'm going to choose one of them. And I'm going to go back to the workspace. And let me show you the different types of I would say operations. So here I'm going to focus on the operations that are available. So I already showed you the text tool, right? So this is a text box, and like I said, you click inside and you start typing. So what the students are expected to do is to define these business concepts. And so it tells them, replace this with an explanation of what is gross profit and so on. So they just click inside and start typing, okay? We also have questions. Now, and the text tool, by the way, this is the second tool here. And then you click on it like I showed you before, it creates an empty text box. And then you click inside, you can start typing. And I'm gonna just remove it just to show you. The second one is is the media tool. And let's say that I'm clicking on the media tool here. There's a lot of media in this project. The media that you see here is media that only belongs to this project. It's not everything, all the projects, it's just this project. What you can have here, you can have images, and you can have, like I said, links, web links like these. You can also have, like I said, G Suite files. In this case, this is a survey. This is a Google form. So this is a Google form. You can also have a spreadsheet. So it shows you the type of media that you are adding here, what type of media this is. You can add videos. You can add MP3 files, MP3 for music. As long as it does not exceed 50 megabytes.
Okay.
The limit for MP3 is 50 megabytes.
Perfect.
And I'm going to show you in a minute how that works. And so you can name images. Click inside, give it a different name, and then just click on the check mark, and it names it with the new name that you just gave it. You can place images on the workspace. So all you have to do is just click on it, and you can click on multiple images if you want to, images or files or anything, and then place on the workspace. And so here it is, here's the image, and then you can make it bigger, you can do anything with it. Okay? Perfect. Smaller, bigger, whatever you want to do, you can, this is the way to add media. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Let's go to others. Oh, sorry. Let me go back for a minute. Here we have a different type of data that's called the analysis tile. So here, this is the question, like I said. So the label here that says question tells you that the information you are expecting on the top should be a question. The label is framing the information here and tells you this is a question. We have analysis tiles that enable you to give a label here that tells you what to expect on the top. So in this case, because the label is called answer, you are expected to get here an answer to this question. So what students need to do is just click edit here and start typing here and type the answer here to the question here. Okay.
Okay.
So these are now analysis tiles is the tool, this third tool from the bottom, and the default for it is problem, solution, and evidence. But you can give custom ones. Like for example, I called one of them answer. So here's an answer tile. or you can call it cause or effect or whatever you want to call it, and then just type the text in here and that's it. And it creates for you these type of labeled entities that, you know, that are beneficial many times.
Okay.
So there's nothing new here, text and questions. And let me just go, images, you already saw how I did images. Now here is, we are great believers in something that's called computational thinking, okay? Computational thinking, I told you already, it's the way that engineers work. And we have two computational thinking tools. So one of the tools is the components tool, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And the components tool is the parts of the problem. So for example, if I am doing a project about Beethoven, okay, then parts of Beethoven's world are his music creations, right? Each of them is a component. Each music creation is a component of the world of Beethoven, okay? So I would do probably a component for each of the music that he created, okay? And then I'll show you in a minute how that looks. Maybe in order not to confuse you, let me show you another project where I can, where you will understand. Let me go to the catalog, to the completed projects, and then it's going to be clearer for you. Oh, here it is. So here, this is a project about engineering, some engineering, and these students needed to know what is force, motion, and energy in order to understand what they needed to do. And so what they did, so this is our component tool. So each of these basic concepts that are important to understand the big problem are created as a component. So there's a component that's called force and one that's called motion. And then what students are doing, they are doing research and they are writing the characteristics of what force is. And each of these sentences is a short sentence that gives one characteristic of force. And then they can add as many as they want, as they need, and because they can scroll through them. And what's great about this approach is that instead of writing a whole essay about what force is, and then forgetting after the second paragraph what they did, they are focusing on the essence of what force is in very short sentences, which makes it much easier for them to understand and to remember. And it reduces cognitive load. And it also is a very good way for them to collaborate, because other students are not going to read entire essays of somebody, but it's going to be much easier for them to read short sentences and see if this team member forgot something, or maybe they defined something wrong, and then actually go in there and add something to it, or maybe fix something that they did not define correctly. So this is a very powerful tool. The second tool is the event tool. And so in this case, students were actually supposed to design a transport system, a transport system like the one they are using in Amazon to move objects around, like the Kiva robot. And so they, one of the things they needed to investigate is how does the fulfillment center of Amazon work? And so the second tool that I told you is the events tool. The events tool, so if the component tool is the main parts of the problem, the events tool is a process or an algorithm. Or it can even be a timeline if the time has meaning here. or even location. You'll see in a minute how powerful this is. And so what you see here, these are steps. So this is a description of the steps of how the Amazon system fulfillment center is working. How does it work? And you can scroll through the steps by clicking on the arrow, and you can see exactly how they actually do this. And there are several, it's really easy to do components, to do events or components. All you have to do is go to this tool, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tool, and just type the name here and put an image here. And then to add the steps, I'll show you what needs to be done. Then they go next. And here, these are the steps that you see here. This is where they write the steps, what's happening in each step. You can add to each step its own image, as you see, and you can even add additional supporting material, like other type of files, like G Suite files or anything like that can be added here. And you can even add more steps. On the bottom, there is an add step button, and you can add as many steps as you wish. The presentation to present the events tool, there's 3 ways to doing it. This is the default view. This is the default view. There is also a gallery view. Gallery view shows the image, shows the image big, and the text underneath it is small. We are planning to add the ability to add video here. So sometimes you can even record steps and put them here as videos. And then finally, the third way is to map, to put it on a Google map. So in this case, this is the Google map view. And if I click here, then it shows it on Google Maps. Here is the image, and here is a description placed on Google Maps. So if the location has some meaning here, then you can also present it what happens in different locations. To show you how to create a component, this is tool number 5. You click on tool number 5, type the name of the component here, click and add an image, and then show you how to add the items. Click on next here. And then here are the items. Each item, a description of each of these characteristics of what is force is here.
Sure.
And you just press add item here to add more items, as many as you need. Okay.
Perfect.
So that's
very clear.
What?
It's very clear for me. It's wonderful.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so I showed you already the analysis styles. The last one that I want to show you is the annotation tool. And the annotation tool, to show you what it is, let me take you again to a completed project. This is about the cardiovascular case studies. This is for medical students. And so this is an image of the heart. And let's say that I want now to show how the right atrium works. And let's say that I find a video on the internet that shows exactly how that works. And I want to be able to click on it and see how that works. So we have something that's called the annotation tool. And here I can type in here, right atrium. And I can even find a video . And I'm going to go to videos here in Google and just find something. But it has to be YouTube. And here is a YouTube video, right atrium. And I'm going to now go to share and copy. And I'm going to go back now to Project Pulse and click inside here and paste the URL. And I'm going to write here a text, the right atrium works so-and-so. And I can even change the color if I want to, the color of this. And instead of having this little icon show up, I can just make it show the label. And I'm going to press save. And here is my thing. I can move it on top of the right atrium. And so when I click on it, I open it up and start listening, read the description and start listening. What happened? Oh, okay. They don't want me to watch it here. So this is the wrong video. It doesn't matter, but you got the idea. You got, right? Mm-hmm. So this is when this is very powerful when you have an image that has a lot of things that you want students to kind of delve deep into what's going on. And you can create these little, annotations that show what's going on. And so the annotation tool is the third one from the bottom. Okay. Perfect. All right. So the last part that I need to share, not last, there's still more. I'm sorry. Let's go to the test part here, to one of these projects that we did. And let's say that I want to reuse some of the information, maybe not this one, sorry. Maybe, I don't know. So let's say that I want to create a new tab and reuse some of the information that I already recorded. So I did not tell you before, but everything that you and the students are creating here is stored in our content library. Mm. So this is the recent addition to the content library. And when this overflows, then it's being arranged by category. All the text boxes are here, all the questions are here, all the components are here, and so on. Mm. And all the events are here, and so on. So let's say that I need to create a new look of the information, maybe a table or something, but I need to reuse an information that I already created. And I'm going to the content library and I am going to pick, let's say, components, and I'm going to create I want to create a comparison of the prototype materials. And so when I click here, I open it, one of the components of prototype materials. I can copy the entire component if I want to, and here it is. Okay. But I can also copy but I can also copy each individual item. Here are the items listed. I just go there and I say copy to workspace as text. And so here it is. And I can now make a table, a comparison table, maybe here. And maybe if I had many prototype materials, I can put them next to each other and make a decision which prototype material is the best for me. Something like that. Okay. Yeah. So everything in there can be repurposed and rearranged in different ways. Then we have on the bottom left corner, we have an arrow that enables you to select multiple objects and move them together at the same time. So let's say that I don't want to move each of them separately. I'm going to click on the arrow on the bottom left corner, and now I'm going to drag around them, and I'm going to move them together to another place of the workspace. And next to it, we also have a presentation mode. So students worked on it, finished this, they did an amazing job, and now they want to show off to the class and explain to the class what they did. There, here next to the arrow, there is a presentation mode, which allows you to turn this like a PowerPoint. And then there's arrows on the top that take you from tab to tab and show the class what they did. Finally, we also have a zoom in to zoom into the application, zoom out, and a zoom back to normal. Now, every single object here has, when you hover over it, has a little commenting tool. You can comment. So if you click on the commenting tool, this opens up and you can say, this answer is not complete. And then you just press the comment button. Now, that's really strange how it doesn't show up here. A number usually shows up. I don't know why. I already told our development team why the number is not showing up on the top. Did I open? Which one did I open? I think I know why it didn't show up, because I did not open the version in my robotics. Let me go to the workspace. Okay, let me see. Not complete. Okay, yeah, that's the reason. Because I cannot comment to myself. That was my own project.
Okay.
So this is the team project. So here it is. The number shows up. There is a comment. So this guy comes in, whoever is part of the project, sees the number and goes in and goes in and presses on it. And this opens up and they see the comment.
Okay.
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 All right. Perfect. So so that's that. That's the commenting. Like I said. Let me see if I forgot something. Oh, let's say that I am now going to just remove some of the stuff. I'm going to archive this object, this question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do I restore something that was archived? I go to the content library and I switch here where it says show archive. I switch it to archive mode, and here it's supposed to come up. And let's see, that was a question. And I'm pressing restore and it restores the question back.
Okay.
All right. Now, so that's the archive. I already showed you analytics, right? Yes. The last part is, let me sign out as myself and sign in as a teacher because I'm an administrator. And if I'm going into a project and going to the workspace, on the bottom here, there is this little icon that looks like a little disk with a blue surrounding.
Mm-hmm.
When you click on it, then it actually opens up and allows you to communicate with us. So if you have a question or anything, just send us a message and then you type the message, you know. And it shows up and we immediately respond to this. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
Now, you can also do a search in our support articles by keywords here. You can type in keywords. Let's say that you type in classroom, or how to, you know, something, how to create your class. Then you click on it and it gives you all the articles that have to do with class. And it also shows, it takes you to our YouTube video collection. But you should already have that link. I gave you that link in the email. It says where our YouTube channel is. And in YouTube, you have a lot of articles, a lot of videos, short videos, 1 to 2 minute videos. Let's say you forgot how to create a class. You go to that channel, it will show you how to create a class. And then it's about a minute or two and shows you how to create a class, or how to use components, or how to use events. So you have all those videos by subject like that, that you can use to go back to and so on. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
So I believe, oh, one more thing.
It's okay.
Let's say that you're not interested in all these scaffolding on the workspace, and you just want to give your students instructions and they have to do the entire thing here. And you can do that because every tab has instructions. This, on the right side, you can type in the instructions for your students. You can add links. You can add links here. You can add videos. You can add images. You can add anything that will tell them how to do the work. And they can open it and start working. Okay? And this, every tab has it. Every single tab, and you click on it, opens up with its own instructions.
Perfect. It's very good.
That is it. Now, I talked a lot. Do you have questions?
Well, first of all, congratulations. It's very nice. I don't have words for that. It's wonderful.
Okay, that's great.
Just I have a question about for maybe if, because I am the first teacher in my school that I use and send you a message to use Project Pulse. I am the first. Okay. But if another teachers are interested, they can writing to you and take the same opportunity, or is just for me? And so, I understand if that is no problem for me. It's just
so here's the story. You understand that we cannot live on just free of charge. That's not possible for us. But because the coronavirus is something that hit the entire world, we are trying, especially in places where parents are not working or something like that, to give it for free for this academic year. That means that if another teacher wants to use it, I can give it to them for free also. But this is going to change when next academic year.
Yes.
Because we cannot live from nothing. We have to also pay the debt.
Yes.
So
no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the story. So yeah, if another teacher wants to use it, that's fine. You actually don't need me. You just have to give them the sign up link for teachers, and they can and then they can start working. If you want to teach them how to use it, that's fine.
Okay. But it's just a question because I don't know what is they are thinking about projects. In our country, projects methodology is a new methodology and it's unusual methodology. And particularly in my school, the main is the lecture class is the main form to learn, and this is the learn for students, just the lecture. And in pandemic, we are challenged to new methodologies. For me, it's good. I like. I use in Prezi video and very many tools for innovate in the learning. But I don't know if this is the other teachers are thinking
that's fine. That's
me.
fine.
But it's good, and well.
I mean, if you think
I think in my students.
Yeah. So Project Pause makes it easier to imagine how a project looks like.
Yeah.
It's easier than even using Google Sheets or Google whatever, because everything is in a separate file. You have the spreadsheet in one file and then the word processing in another. And the students cannot see the big picture. They have it spread out in different files. They don't see the big picture. They cannot come to conclusions because all the information is spread out. In Project Pause, everything is in one place in tabs, and they can go from tab to tab and they have a big picture suddenly, and they can come to conclusions. Much easier, much easier this way. So that's that.
Wow.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Miriam.
Absolutely.
Very much.
Let me just stop the recording.